Hi, Sharon.
I know. How are you?
How are you? Okay, how are you? Just 1 second. Hi, I'm on the Zoom and I'm talking to you.
Hi.
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 Debbie.
Okay, so it just worked.
Later.
Okay.
Moving upstairs.
Yeah. How do I?
Okay, I think so.
All right.
Yeah.
I just need to make sure.
Next couple of days, she really can't get too many visitors. She has to just
Mom, go
have too
on
many
mute.
phone calls. She's exhausted.
Hi, go on mute if you're going to talk on the phone. Just put your phone
Okay,
on
I'm going off the phone now.
Sharon,
I can mute everybody if you want.
mute.
I
Yes,
just need to
you do
make
that.
sure. Okay, but I need to make sure that you can see where I need to see. Like, can you see my stove?
Yes, ma'am. I got it.
I'm not
Okay.
unmuting. I'm shutting off my phone. How's that? So then it won't.
No, don't shut off your
No,
phone.
don't shut. Just press mute. Do you know how to press mute?
Yeah,
Sarah's-
but I
Sarah's
don't
gonna
have to
mute
shut off my
everybody.
phone.
Sarah will mute it. Yeah.
No, but I have not on my phone.
and how can
I'm
I
on the
mute?
iPad for the Zoom. So
On the iPad, you have to press mute. But Sarah will
Wow,
do it.
you guys are loud.
I need to see this.
All right, let me mute all, but then,
Shari-Beth, we see you perfectly.
Okay, wait. So am I teeny weeny on my thing? I can't tell.
Abby, we see you. Maybe down a little bit.
Down a little bit. All right.
Tiny,
Let me
tiny.
lower this. All right.
Just a little
Okay.
bit. Like,
so I just unmuted Debbie, Mindy, and Shari-Beth.
Okay. All
How do you
right.
feel
So
about
that.
that?
that's better. Now we can see
All right.
everything.
Can you see this? Can you
Yeah.
see what's on? Whoops. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
You might have to
All right.
show
And
it to
do you
the.
see over there?
No.
Into the camera, right? No.
What?
What?
Over where? Over where?
Wait. What did she say? No. Over there, I don't want to see. So
No,
that's
no.
fine. that
We
you don't see it.
It starts with your cup of water or whatever that is.
Oh. Okay. I'll leave that right there. That's perfect. Okay.
Okay, Mindy, can you see me?
Yeah, perfectly.
I see you perfectly. You're good.
Yeah, you're perfect.
Look so professional. You guys are so cute.
I know. It's
Can
like
you see my
all
cute, do you
dressed
see my
up
cute
nice.
little apron?
Oh,
I have
that's
my
so
little cute apron.
You never found
I
me.
should have them put it up here.
They shut. Yeah, so you need to put it on your boobs area.
I know. I'm gonna have to go like that. I'll
Perfect.
tie it up.
Easy to cook with.
Did you guys listen? Did you listen to that speaker on bonds today? Oh my God. From Israel Bonds, the woman, that doctor. Oh, she was amazing.
Really?
Like,
I didn't hear her.
She's inventing this thing for women to be able to do mammograms through a bra. It's like a bra that does like a imaging for them. It's like through artificial intelligence.
That
Ooh,
sounds
crazy.
much more
Amazing.
pleasant
Brilliant.
than the actual.
Exactly.
Yes.
Huh. What
I
time
was
is
going to
it?
drink
Okay,
a Diet
6:54.
Coke, and then I decided that, I should drink water.
Water's
Why?
better.
I mean, I guess healthy eating,
water's a
yes,
little
water's better.
Oh, my God.
You're right.
I know a lot of people signing on, so it's probably going to be another few minutes, but we're early, right?
Can you see them? Like, are they in a waiting room that you have to let them in, or they're coming in automatically?
No, they just come in automatically.
I don't know how this works. Hi,
Yeah,
Jeff.
they just
Okay,
come in
and
automatically.
And are you, Mindy, you or Sarah will be able to see the questions so that you can, because I don't know that we'll see the
Freeman-
questions.
Yeah,
before
I
I'm
have
hosting.
I think
chat
Sarah
up.
can. Yeah. I don't
And
know.
I have the chat up, so I'll, we will, when people ask questions, we're going to try and not.
If there's small questions that very quick while it's going on, I would interrupt and ask. But if they're larger questions, then wait till the end.
Okay.
Save them,
So it
yeah.
doesn't elongate the whole thing.
Yeah.
Correct.
So
Yeah, because my family's waiting to eat what we're cooking.
Same.
This is dinner.
Oh my
Right.
gosh.
Oh, look at Shari-Beth, your makeup looks pretty.
Thank you. I put it on for the first time in 2 months.
I know, me too. In what, 60 days? Yeah.
It's amazing.
Lip
Hi,
gloss and
ladies.
everything.
Hi, Seema.
Oh, do you want to get those things?
So good.
Oh, Grandma.
Uh-huh. Oh, I see you.
No.
Jessica?
You got a lot of people on here.
Yeah, Michelle Lee's on there.
I can't see who's on. Are you looking at it on your phone or your computer?
You can go under participants and see like
Let's see.
who's
Oh, there it
on
is.
now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wait, Shari-Beth, how come you're muted?
She's not. Oh.
Wait, let me unmute her.
I'm unmuted now.
I'm on my AirPods, so
What?
Yeah. Okay.
You didn't get an email?
we're probably eating 8:10. Hi, Jeff. Oh, Alan, Jeff is waving. Come say hi. Jeff Susskind is saying hi. Come, you can come. No, you have to come over here to say hi.
Boys
not
are
from
allowed.
there.
Boys are allowed, of course.
Oh, Alan's. Oh, are you watching it from there? Oh, there.
Who's there?
Yeah, we've got a lot of people there.
Hi.
Hi,
Oh.
guys. They're so good.
We're eating cake here.
No,
I was about to say, we had meat sauce for dinner. You guys are welcome.
Oh, you already ate.
We had
5
pizza.
p.m.
I can't do it. Sorry. You don't have it? Here, use
It's
my.
okay. He's not bothering me. He's really not. He's not bothering me. I can't hear it because I've got my AirPods on. Oh, the puppy's barking. But I can hear him. It doesn't bother me. And they can't hear him. I'm in my AirPods.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh, see? See? You can't see them. Like my new earrings.
Adorable.
So cute.
The new earrings. So are more people joining?
Yes.
Yes.
How many people?
I would give
Oh,
it
I just
another
lost you.
give it another 5 more minutes. What do you think?
Yes. Yes.
Uh-oh.
It's still,
I can't see
it's
the
still not
team.
7.
Uh-oh, now I just lost it. There we go.
Yeah, it's not even 7.
Oh, it's 6:59.
People early.
This is an early group. Everyone's looking for something to do. This is so good.
Everybody's muted except for me. So they can't hear him. He's saying hi to people. Okay. Alan's saying hi to people, but he doesn't know.
Wait,
he's
should
muted.
I unmute everybody for now?
Sure.
Are we
Yeah.
all muted?
Sure.
Everyone's unmuted.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Nice to see
Hi,
you.
did I see Freema? Hello, Freema.
Good. Right there.
Oh, hi, Alan. Hey, Freema.
Hello.
Freema, this is my 3rd time seeing you today.
That's right.
Hey,
Pretty
buddy.
funny, actually.
Say hi.
Yes.
Oh, you probably want to mute him. Sharon, you're like in outer space.
I am.
Yeah, that's your background, Mom.
Background.
Her background, she's in another
You have a
planet.
cool background. Did you know that?
What is my background? I didn't see.
It's like you're on a planet somewhere.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
That is
Outer
weird.
space.
My thing.
Yeah, but you're
I
not
don't even know
here.
why I have that background. I'm sitting in my
Cool.
bedroom.
Well, I guess that's better.
It looks very cool.
Wait. I had no idea.
Wow. What a crowd.
There we go.
By the way, Gladys is home, everybody.
Yay.
Hashem.
Great.
Where was she?
In the hospital.
Oh, no.
Very sick. But
Oh,
she's so
no.
tired. Oh, my God.
Did she have the virus? What was she sick?
No,
No,
she
no,
didn't.
no, no.
She had sepsis.
Oh, for God's
Okay.
sakes.
It was like touch and go. She had 1 hour to get to the hospital. She has a
Oh,
kidney
my-
stone, she has UTI, and she has sepsis.
Ay, ay, ay. But she's home now.
Yeah, I don't know. She's really weak, so we'll see.
Oh, boy. Yeah, thanks.
So great. Okay, we have a whole chevra.
Okay.
Oh, you got to get rid of Woody.
Now we can hear. He's on. He's not muted. We can hear you.
He's not muted.
Yeah, maybe mute Alan. We can hear them all talking. Oh, hey, Michelle Levine. Thank you.
Everyone's so
Abby's
cute.
muted. Oh, no.
I'm muted.
No.
Wait like 2 more minutes, Sarah? What do you think?
Yeah, for sure. And then people can still join. Hi, everybody. Oh my gosh. So nice.
Hi.
You guys can't hear the puppy barking in my AirPods, right?
Yes.
Anna?
Yeah.
You can hear him?
Yes.
Oh. Okay, they're moving him. Wow, and he's in my ear. Okay, and these are in my ears, but okay. He's loud.
So cute.
We could have sent him to play with mice.
That would have been helpful, by the way. 7 a.m., whatever you want.
Drop the puppy.
Yeah.
I guess this would have been a better time for them to take him for a walk than when they went, but whatever.
What do you think, Mindel?
You are Debbie and Sherry.
Yeah,
You
let's
guys
wait
are
till
ready?
7:05.
What?
Should we wait till 7:05?
We can. Totally.
I'm here.
Okay.
Do you see me, Mindy?
Mhm.
Hi.
Hi,
Hi.
Seema.
Hi. Hi, Min. Hi, Sarah.
Good, everyone came out.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Bobby. Hi, Seema.
How are you?
Hi.
Baruch Hashem. Look how nice. Hi, Elkie. Look how cute.
Oh, Elkie's here?
Yeah,
I'm
of
here.
course.
Hi, Elkie.
Hi, Elkie.
Hi, everyone.
How are you? Hi, hi.
Hi, Sima.
Hi.
Is that Yana?
Yes, it is.
Hi.
Hi.
You come up as Ashton Weiss.
Okay. I'm
Oh,
related to him.
Doesn't look like Ashton, but you look gorgeous.
Okay.
How are you, ladies?
We're happy to be out of our own kitchen.
Who's-
That's
Oh,
fine.
hi. Hi.
It would have been better if we could have dropped food off to you after we were done cooking, right?
Would have been really, really nice.
Really
Next
nice.
time. Next time. Good idea.
Yeah, next time.
Mhm.
So cute.
Make little
Okay.
packets and send them out.
Okay, let's see.
What?
There's not much to do. I'm coming.
I wonder if you can tell me like, if
Okay.
you can really see this, because I don't feel like I can see it.
Okay, I think we should,
Ready to
what do you think,
start?
Mindy? Should we get started?
Yeah, I think we should start.
Okay, beautiful. All right, so I'm going to, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute everybody except for Mindy and Debbie and Shari-Beth. Hang on a second. Oh. You'd think I'd be amazing at Zoom by now because that's all I do all day. Hold on one second, but let's see. I gotta find everybody's. Wait, ladies, can you unmute yourself or no? Or only I can unmute and then Debbie Jano.
We can unmute ourselves.
I think I unmuted myself. Did I?
I unmute
Yes.
myself. You're just on the top.
Okay. Down at the
Okay,
bottom.
beautiful.
Right? Well, mine was down at the bottom, but
You
okay.
can mute everyone, but everyone has the option to unmute themselves, I think.
Okay, beautiful. So welcome everybody. This is so great, and I miss you all. I can't thank Mindy enough for coming up with this idea and for just getting it all together. And to Debbie and Shari-Beth for being so receptive and giving of your time and just saying yes immediately. We're in for such a treat tonight. And like I said before, it's just such a pleasure to be out of our own kitchens. Yeah. I just wanted to, before I introduce Shari-Beth and Debbie, I just wanted to take a moment to just say one short kapitel Tehillim for Ivan and for other people who need our tefillah in our area. And so just briefly, I'm going to start with that. Shir hamalos mi mamakim kirsich Adonai. Adonai shema b'koli tienas necha kashavus l'kol tachanunai. Im avunos tishmarya Adonai miyamod. Ki imchas lichal v'ma'anti v'rei. Ki visi Adonai kisana shiv l'dvero ha'cholti. Nafshi l'Adonai mishomerim laboker shomerim laboker. Yecha Yisrael el Adonai ki em Adonai chesed v'rei mofudus. V'hu yifta es Yisrael mikol avonosav. Yehira tomo fanach Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Eloseinu, shetishlach mehera refuah shlema min hashamayim, refuah hanefesh, refuah haguf, Lamordechai ben Elka, harav Rafal Zev ben Rekel, Gittel basara, v'such sharchalei Yisrael. And they should just have a refuah shlema, and we should only come together in times of simchas. This is actually a treat because I feel like we're doing Zooms for not great things. So this is just so exciting. So you guys all got bios. Shari-Beth and Debbie are going to be doing beautiful food demonstrations, and I really want to get them right into it. But I'm just going to give you a brief bio in case you're like me and just skim your email or barely open your email. So Shari-Beth is the owner of Core Fitness. And I love how she said she's a certified personal trainer and a health and nutritional coach. I can't even read my own handwriting. I took notes. But I love how she says that she gives you a routine of exercise, eating well, and making yourself a priority. And I think we can all really identify that with that now. And she said, when life gives you lemon, make lemon water. I like that a lot. I also wanted to add in, of course, that she's an artist. And I said that every time that Shari-Beth's on Zoom, I love seeing her butterfly behind her. And she told me, no, it's a flower. So you learn something new every day. Debbie Janoff, the owner of Holy Fit. She's a certified wellness cooking instructor and a certified, I didn't know this, thyroid coach. So you learn something new every day. And her expertise will empower people to have increased energy and a more vibrant life. Who would not sign up for that? And so I just appreciate you guys being here. We're going to jump right into it. Just a very quick announcement that Sisterhood is, God willing, running before Shavuos. Look at your emails. It's incredible. It's Pop Sandy, which is like ridiculously delicious popcorn, but one gets delivered to you, and then one gets delivered to a frontline, Jess, you can say if this is correct, a frontline healthcare worker. So it's kind of just a beautiful way to support the people on the front lines and have something yummy for Shavuos and be a part of something bigger. And so without further ado, I introduce Debbie Janoff.
Thank you, Rebbitzin. And thank you, Mindy, for coming up with such a fun idea. And I'm really excited to be here and see everybody's beautiful faces. It's nice to see other people's faces for a change. So anyway, first of all, I want to say, as Rebbitzin told you, I am a certified integrative nutrition health coach. I am also a wellness cooking instructor. I am not a chef by any means, but what I like to do and what I'm trained to do is to take some recipes that we like to make and to make them healthier. So that's one thing I do. And I'd also like to give a disclaimer. I don't know that it necessarily applies to what we're doing here, but as a health coach, I don't take the place of any medical professional. I don't try to treat, diagnose, or cure any diseases, but instead I work with my clients like as a guide on the side, an advocate, someone that helps keep them accountable and to help them achieve their health and wellness goals. So, you know, lately with what's going on, we're in a unprecedented time, and we are stuck at home more than ever. And although some people are able to order in, which is a treat for some people aren't, and many people aren't going to the market, although we are fortunate that we are able to get things delivered. So when Shari-Beth and I did talk about what we wanted to do, we really wanted to talk about things that we can come up with that are healthy, family-friendly meals that are pantry staples. A lot of things you can find in your pantry already. Some of the things can be in your freezer. And there will be fresh produce that we're using as well. But, you know, if you get something from the market, then maybe you add some of those items. And a lot of the things, as I'm going to show you, you can substitute. And so, you know, for the sauce that I'm going to show you, it's a bolognese, but it's made with lentils. So I'm basically showing you a couple different ways to use lentils. Lentils are an awesome source of vegetarian protein. And the meals that we are working with today are plant-based, which I am a real firm believer that as a general population, we do eat too much animal protein. I don't tell people not to eat anything pretty much except for I tell them to be really extra careful and try not to eat too much added sugar. But we really don't take advantage of plant protein as much as we do. We don't think that we're getting enough protein from plants, and that's actually not true. Lentils, I had put down some fun facts, but one of them is that lentils, 1 cup of cooked lentils can give you 18 grams of protein. So that's a lot of protein. It's also 50% of the recommended fiber that your body needs, and great sources of folate, which are some of the B vitamins that help convert carbs into energy. Another great source of protein is edamame. And one of the things that I'm going to show you with this sauce is a mung bean edamame pasta. And edamame comes from soy. Now, it is a complete source of protein. There is some studies that do say that soy might interfere with the body's ability to absorb synthetic thyroid medication. It's never really told that you should never have soy, but that you might limit the amount of soy. But one thing that they do recommend is you don't have overly processed soy, which would be like soy milk, because it's not in its natural form. Beans and chickpeas, 1 cup of beans and chickpeas can give you 15 grams of protein, another really great source of protein. And nutritional yeast, which is such a dumb name for a great product, I think, but it's got a cheesy flavor, it's savory, you can add it to popcorn, but it's a great way to add something other than dairy if you wanted to give like a Parmesan kind of a flavor to some of your foods. So with that, I'm going to start, I hope you can see, I can move the camera around a little bit, but I've got my pan already on the stove. I put some olive oil in it. And all the recipes that we are making, we can make available for you if you're interested in them. So what I'm going to be demonstrating is a bolognese sauce. And I'm going to be making the bolognese from scratch, using products. But you can very easily and simply use a jarred marinara sauce if you wanted to, and add vegetables to it and add lentils to it and have a really fast version of this same thing. And I have no problem with that. There was actually a cooking show on TV, or I don't know if she's still on, but she used to call it Almost Homemade. And she used to take, you know, items like cooked sauce, but then she doctored it up a little bit and made it something delicious. So I'm heating up on the stove some oil. I've already prepped a bunch of things so I don't have to chop and everything, but I've got some fresh garlic, which I'm going to put into the pan.
Excuse me for 1 second, Debbie. As you're saying, just 2 quick technical things. I don't know if everyone knows, you can put the speaker on speaker view so you see her in your screen if you want to just see and follow Debbie. And if you have questions, everyone's muted, but if it's something like really specific, you can either unmute yourself or write a question in the Zoom chat, and then we're gonna get all those questions at the end. Sorry, Deb.
No problem. So I'm gonna show you how I'm preparing it, but I actually have, you know, like Rachel Ray does, I have one already done on the sides. You'll be able to see that. But I'm adding some garlic and onion, and I wish you could smell that. One thing I like to do, our family likes things with a little bit of a kick, so I always add some red pepper flakes to the oil as it's warming up. You can use olive oil spray if you prefer, and not to do olive oil, but olive oil is a healthy fat. Healthy fats are good for us. Fats are not the problem. Healthy fats do not make us fat. It's actually added sugar that makes us fat. That's a whole other conversation, but that's the truth. So now I'm going to be adding, as the onions are becoming opaque and are getting soft, I'm gonna add some mushrooms, and that's because I had mushrooms in my refrigerator. If you don't have mushrooms in your refrigerator, don't worry about it. You don't have to add mushrooms. You can add broccoli. I'm adding some zucchini too. Those are items that I had in my fridge. That's why I'm adding them. The onions and the garlic. Oh, by the way, you can also use a garlic like this, you know, like the chopped already done for you garlic. It doesn't have to be fresh garlic if you don't have garlic. Also, I'm going to add some frozen, but I already defrosted them, peas and carrots, because apparently you need to have peas and carrots in a bolognese, which if you don't have peas and carrots, don't add them. Simple is good. So I'm adding those things, and then I'm going to add a can of crushed tomatoes. It smells so good. I wish you could smell. And a can of fire roasted diced tomatoes. And I'm mixing it all up. And then I'm going to get rid of these guys. To that, I'm going to add some herbs. Now, this is something, I don't know if Batsheva's on, but Batsheva is one person that might know about this. This is actually, I use essential oils. This actually is an essential oil from Young Living that was, I think it was a specialty item. It actually is called Taste of Italy. It's got oregano and rosemary and basil and all of the flavors. It's amazing. Like one drop of that is really good for seasoning. So I have it and I actually hoard it because I can't find it anywhere. But instead, I'm going to add some fresh rosemary because we have it. I'm going to add a little bit of dried basil. And I'm doing that because I'm showing you, this is like one of those freeze-dried herbs that you can keep in the refrigerator. So if you don't have it, you can always get it and put it in the fridge. I'm adding some dried oregano because you can't have Italian without dried oregano. I'm going to add a little bit more of the red pepper flakes. And I started my little herb garden, so I have some fresh basil, and I'm going to throw it in. If you don't have it, don't worry about it. And one bay leaf, because it's a sauce, and I just dropped it on the floor, but so I'll take a different one. Okay, there we go. So now we're mixing this all up. I'm going to add a little salt and pepper, and I'm going to let it simmer. Okay, so I'm going to let this simmer. While this is simmering on the stove, I'm going to bring it up to a little bit of a boil, and then I will add the lentils to it. The lentils are going to go in. It's going to make it like a meaty bolognese sauce, but again, without the animal protein. I had brought some water to a boil on this stove over here. I don't know if I'm going to move the stove, actually. I'll move this pot over here. Ouch. All right, turning this on here. And I'm going to add to this, because it only takes a couple minutes to cook. I'm going to add this edamame pasta. So this is an edamame mung bean pasta. It's, let's see, a serving size is 2 ounces. There's 4 servings in the whole thing. It's a lot. It's actually only 6 net carbs in it. So if someone's really watching fiber, this one has fiber in it. Another one that would be a great pasta option, so I had a couple of them to show you, is also by Explore, because this is a black bean pasta. There's also palmini. I don't know how many of you have seen that. This is hearts of palm that's shredded up to look like spaghetti. Really delicious. And if they say if you soak it in any kind of almond milk or regular milk, just gets the hearts of palm flavor, which doesn't bother me. And you just put hot sauce on top of it. And the other one is this Cybels, which is 25 grams of protein in a serving. It's lower in the fiber content, if that matters to you. So these are really all great sources of plant protein in a pasta. So not pasta. You can always make a regular pasta too, obviously. And sometimes you can make both, right? You can mix them up. Something like this is great because if you have kids that don't like to eat something that's not pasta, plain color, they won't eat the green or they won't eat the red. This one is actually made out of green lentils, cauliflower, and parsnip, but they won't know, especially if you blend. Okay, so I'm going to add this mung bean pasta to the water. Oh, and drop it down. Okay. And let that one cooks actually really quickly. This has come up to a boil now. So I'm going to add the lentils, which I made in advance. So now lentils, if you want to use dried lentils from your pantry, all you have to do is take a cup of lentils to 2 cups of water. You bring it to a boil with some salt, and then you let it simmer. You need them to be tender. But there are also steamed lentils that you can buy already packaged. I saw that Geffen makes and you can buy it online on Amazon. Geffen makes already ready to serve steamed lentils, which are super easy to use. Then you keep them in your refrigerator, or I don't know if they have to be refrigerated, but you keep them in your pantry. And when you want them, they're already done. So not that it's difficult to do it, but that's something that you might consider also. So let me just lower that one a little bit on the pasta. And I'm just gonna move this out of the way. Excuse me one sec, moving this over. And I'm going to take the nutritional yeast and I'm gonna sprinkle some in. You can easily use Parmesan cheese for this too. So I'm sprinkling that in here. It's a little more protein. It's a savory flavor. And I'm gonna give it a stir. I'm gonna turn it down and I'm gonna cover it. It's really pretty. I don't know if you can see all the colors. Just gonna take a little taste and see how this goes. If this wasn't in my house, I would take it on a separate spoon, but I know everybody. It's really good. It needs a little bit more salt. Okay. So, okay, while those two are cooking, I just want to show you 2 things. So one is, where is the cover for this pot? Okay, I'm not sure. Oh, here it is, sorry. Okay, turning that down. Okay, so one is, other than these pastas, another thing that you can serve with the bolognese is spaghetti squash. I wasn't sure if you guys all knew how to really simply cook spaghetti squash, but when it's whole, okay, so that would be half of one. You cut it down the middle. This is what it looks like on the inside. I have this awesome spoon that's like a grapefruit spoon, but you can use a fork, and you actually just scrape out the seeds. And then what I do to cook it is I add like a 1/4 inch of water. I turn it upside down in a Pyrex, cover it with saran wrap, plastic wrap, and put it in the microwave for 6 minutes. And then when it's fork tender, it looks like, is this one out? Yeah, okay, so here is my done one. Okay, ta-da. Here's one that's already done. I already steamed it. Now, can you see me scrape this down from here?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So all we do is we go like this. With this spoon, I'm scraping down to get this awesome yellow color. You can see what this looks like. It looks like spaghetti. It is spaghetti squash. It's delicious with the bolognese on top of it. So that's one option. We have the pasta that we were talking, that's cooking now on the stove. I also have some zoodles, and that was something I wanted to just show you. So I'm going to put this aside because we'll be able to put the bolognese on top. So where did my zoodles go? Here they are. I thought I was so prepared. Okay, so here are some zoodles. I took the zucchini and I zoodled it. I just want to show you, this is my favorite thing ever, the spaghetti. So the spaghetti is, you can do a thin spaghetti size or you can do a fettuccine size. And all you do is you take the zucchini, you put it inside and literally turn it and you get your noodles right out of it. Now you can do that directly into a pan that has like olive oil and a little bit of garlic and warm it up and then put your sauce on top of it. And that's a full bowl of zoodles. So that's another thing to put your pasta on top, your sauce on top of. Let me just check this, see how it feels. Yep, these guys are ready already. So I'm going to just put them right in the strainer. Okay, those are straining. Two other things I can show you you can do with lentils. I did lentil meatballs. So this is an interesting recipe that I tried it 2 ways yesterday when I made them in advance. I made the same recipe, but I did half of them I baked in the oven and half of them I made in the air fryer. And I have to tell you, the air fryer ones came out better. It was 8 minutes on one side, then 8 minutes on the other. It's a lot of ingredients and it sounds like a lot of steps, but it's not. And honestly, it took me like an hour yesterday, but I was playing around with it because I wanted to tweak it a bit. And so if that's something that you might be interested in, I have a recipe for that. They're actually really good. I've had my my family tasting everything as I'm doing it. So these are delicious. And I mean, if you can see them, this looks like a bowl of meatballs, but they're all lentils. And the other thing that we can do with lentils, which is perfect as the weather is getting warmer, is a salad. So what this is, this salad is a spinach arugula mix, which I have chopped up tomatoes, some shallots and cucumbers in here. And then what I do, I had added some of the lentils already, but I'm gonna lift the camera up higher, the bowl higher, okay. Okay, so the lentils these are already steamed lentils, so I wanted to show you both. So the steamed lentils, they just go straight into the bowl. I made a vinaigrette dressing. This dressing is 3 tablespoons of olive oil, a tablespoon of rice vinegar, a tablespoon of Dijon mustard, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and a tablespoon of shallots. And that's it. Put it in here. I'm gonna toss it into the salad. I have a little bit left over, so if somebody wants more on their salad, and then I'm going to show you how pretty this looks. Okay, so we have a arugula salad with lentils and cherry tomatoes and cucumbers, shallots with a Dijon vinaigrette, and we've got some zoodles. We have lentil meatballs, and we've got the bolognese sauce, which is looking amazing. So I'm gonna lift this up so you can see it really well. Okay, so this is what the bolognese, and this is a giant pot of this, which is actually kind of funny because I had made another one to show you what it was gonna look like. So now I have 2 giant pots of lentil bolognese. So we'll listen to any questions after. I'm going to turn it over to Shari-Beth.
Hey, everybody.
Thank you so much. Hi.
How are you?
Thank you, Debbie.
Thank you.
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good. Hi, everybody. I want to thank Mindy for putting this together, and the Rebbitzin and Debbie. I'm really excited to be here tonight. It gave me and Debbie something to do over the last couple of days, talking and really trying to figure out what you guys would want to have us make. So tonight, Debbie focused in on lentils. I'm going to focus in on cauliflower. So the first thing we're going to do, I'm going to make 3 recipes. And the first recipe I'm going to make is psyllium husk wrap. Now you're probably saying, what is psyllium husk? So psyllium husk is actually a plant, and it comes from a plant. And I bought this psyllium husk, whole husk, and it actually comes in powder. But you want to get the whole husk because when you measure them, they measure differently. And psyllium husk is good for constipation. It's good. It lowers blood cholesterol and blood glucose. For those people who have type 2 diabetes. And it's a thickening agent. So it's often used in cereals. And if you follow the F factor, there are 4.5 grams of fiber and 4.5 grams of carbohydrates. So it comes out to 0 net carbs. So I'm gonna make a wrap, but it's also a pancake. So I am going to make it 2 ways. So first, and we're gonna send you all the recipes. So it's at 3 egg whites, which I'm gonna pour into the bowl. It is 2 tablespoons of psyllium husk, which looks like this. I don't know if you can see it. 2 tablespoons, and 1 cup of frozen cauliflower rice. And then I'm gonna mix it together, and it's going to form like a pretty thick consistency. I'm just gonna bring it over here. Can you guys see?
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna put it in your pan. And I'm just gonna use a little spray. And I'm gonna put it in. So let me just show you, I'm gonna bring the pan over there, what it looks like. It's gonna look like this in the pan. Okay, so you just, flatten it out. It's kind of thick, it's like a 1/4 inch thick, and you're gonna flatten it out. All right, so we're gonna let this cook on one side. However, I've already made one. So this is what it's gonna look like when it's finished. So it's like, you can see this is a dinner plate. So it takes up the whole dinner plate. Okay, then I'm going to take a half an avocado, and I am going to spread it around. I need a fork. I'll be right back. So you just mush up a half an avocado. And guys, be creative with this pancake and wrap. You can really put anything on it. Anything. Just I like recipes, but not really. I like to just see something, get the idea, and just run with it. So I've mashed up the cauliflower. And then on top of that, I am going to add some roasted vegetables that I've already made. So I make these vegetables pretty much every single night of my life. I vary the vegetables, and basically I put down parchment paper, I cut up the vegetables, and I drizzle some olive oil on it, some sea salt, and I use my convection oven at 425, and they crisp up very, very nicely. Don't cover them. If you can make them in advance. Just don't cover them, because then you're going to start to steam them and they'll get wilty. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dress my wrap. So I just added broccoli. I have some, and this was something, you know, what I had in my refrigerator. I had little mini peppers, and then I had some tomatoes, the little mini tomatoes. And I like to eat, so look at how beautiful this is. Okay. Then I found this amazing tahini. By the way, this recipe, you have to follow Fabulous Fiber. And this recipe is from her. And I just got to check my. What?
Can you open it?
No. So the name of this tahini is My Sexy Veggie, and it's made by an Israeli. It's kosher, and she makes a pesto tahini, a Caesar style tahini, and then she makes a spicy tahini. And the spicy tahini I haven't tasted yet. However, because it's back ordered and I can get it next month, but people have been putting it in their tomato sauce. So I think it just gives the tomato sauce a little kick. So, and last night I made the Caesar tahini as a salad, and I just took some, you know, a little bit of the tahini, some water and lemon. I mixed it up and I tossed it with the salad, and it was delicious. So I take my spoon, and you see how thick it is? And then I just drizzle it just a little bit on top of my wrap. And that's lunch, dinner, whatever you want. The other thing that you could do with this, and I said it was 2, but I'm not going to show you how to make an egg. Oops. Oh well. I'm not going to show you how to make an egg.
Mazel tov.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm going to have my helper come in and clean it up. You could just fry an egg and put an egg on top. And then you take a little bit of the everything bagel spice and just sprinkle it on. And I made that for lunch. You know, the family's here, so I've made it for lunch a lot during the day. By the way, it tastes a little bit like matzo brie. It's good. Okay, so that's that. Then we're gonna make sticky rice. So you know the sticky rice you get from the Japanese restaurant? Well, there's a lot of sugar in it. So I am gonna make sticky rice, and it's 2 cups of cauliflower and 2 tablespoons of psyllium husk, so you get the extra added fiber. And coconut amino acids. It's this is a soy substitute. So, and I'm just gonna add that in. Just, you could 2 tablespoons, but I'm not a great measurer. I just sort of throw it in and go by taste, and then you mix it up. And I'm mixing it right in my measuring cup, so I don't have one more bowl to wash. And it gets this, you know, it's sticky. So you can buy like the nori wraps and put this in there, and then, you know, add your either tuna or salmon and and roll it up. And it's a nice, you know, it's a nice little snack or part of your dinner, and it's really good. Okay. How are we doing? Good. Okay. So now the last thing we're going to do is a whole roasted cauliflower. Now, what I love.
Shari-Beth, can I just ask you a question? Are you cooking that rice, or what are you doing with that?
No, it's done. It was frozen cauliflower, and you can heat it up, but it's already hot. It's done.
Ah, okay.
I am a very fast cook. Quick, simple, quick, and easy.
I like the
So
one pot.
What's that?
I love the one pot.
The one measuring cup. Okay, roasted cauliflower. What I love about this dish is that I make it, I put it on the table, and everybody dives into it. I love family style. I'm a big communal eater. Probably won't be able to do that for a long time, but at least with my family, I can. And I really love it. So you take a whole cauliflower. Now, I cut off some of the stems, but I washed it, cut it out. I put it in my pot. I let it steam for 20 minutes. I happen to have a pot that has a steamer in it. But if you don't, just put like 2.5 inches really of water at the bottom, cover it and let it steam. And it will, about 20 minutes. It should take about 20 minutes. And then I'm going to get out my roasted cauliflower. Okay? And I'm going to put it on a plate. My cleanup crew. I'm going to put it on a plate. And then, remember the tahini that we had? I'm going to make it a little different. I'm going to take the tahini. The recipe calls for 2 tablespoons of the tahini. So I'm going to add tahini, 2 tablespoons, to some water. Now, the recipe calls for 1/2 cup of water. I find it to be too thin. I like it thicker. So, and then I'm going to add some lemon. I use a whole lemon. I like lemon. And then I'm going to mix it up. And then I'm going to drizzle it over the cauliflower. I'm going to serve it just like this. I'm going to take a fork and a knife, and I'm going to stick it in, and I'm going to serve it like that on the table, and I'm done. That's all. Thank you so much.
Put on there.
Are you on?
What's that?
Yeah. Woo.
That was amazing. That was
Shari-Beth, what
gorgeous.
did you put on the cauliflower?
Please sit
What's
down.
that?
Please sit down.
Sarah?
Shari-Beth,
Yes.
what did you do between the steaming and the roasting? How long did you roast it for after you steamed it?
I roasted probably for a good 45 minutes.
After steaming it 20. And what'd you put on top?
What did I put on top?
Aunt Debbie and some other girl did some cooking class thing, and we missed the beginning of it. I think it's almost over.
I put on the.
Oh my God, Mosh called me 5 minutes ago.
I think everyone has to mute themselves. I think you should mute everybody and then should mute everyone.
Okay, because I can't hear her answer.
I think Sarah's going to mute everybody, and if you have a question,
We're all muted now. It sounds
Right,
like.
everyone's muted now, and if you want to ask a question, unmute yourself.
Right.
Hold on, let me just unmute, sorry, go ahead.
Frima was asking a question, right? Or Shelley?
Okay, let's unmute Freema.
I just wanted to know what you put on top of the cauliflower before you roasted it.
Oh, thank you, Frima. I just drizzled a little bit of olive oil on top and some sea salt. Nothing.
Yummy.
It's looks good.
It's gorgeous. I love that.
Does anyone have any other questions? I just wanted to thank Shari-Beth and Debbie. That was amazing. And
That was great. I have a question, Mindy. When will we be getting recipes?
We'll get them to you right away.
yes,
Tomorrow?
Debbie and Shari-Beth promised that they would send out the recipes. So
We'll get them to you, Mindy, or to the Rebbitzin?
I
Or-
guess maybe to Alicia, and she can send out to
Okay.
everybody. Does that work?
Okay, sure.
And I have one other question. I've been reading that corn oil is supposed to be healthy for you. Did you ever hear that?
No. I did not hear that. You're better off with, olive oil, coconut oil spray, avocado oil is a great oil to use.
Yeah.
Those are
But I
good
thought that
ones.
was weird, and then I looked it up, and it said yeah. So I was just curious about that because I never heard of corn oil being healthy.
Yeah, usually,
Sometimes it all depends on who wrote the article.
correct.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
dig a little
It might have come,
deeper, find out who wrote the article. It could be the corn people.
correct.
No, I know. I never heard of it before, and then I was reading a couple of things. I was just like, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
Everything in moderation.
correct. 80-20, 80-20.
20. Guys, this was so delicious. I think I'm gonna go find some cauliflower and lentils.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you
And
so
I'm a
much, everybody, for
vegetarian.
joining.
No matter what kind of lentils?
No, actually, it doesn't. So that's why I was saying, like, the Geffen makes a kosher already steamed lentil, so you can have it all ready to go. And otherwise, you can just get dried lentils. You can use green lentils. You can use red lentil. It doesn't matter what kind of lentils. You just want to, when you boil them, and you can, by the way, you can boil them in 2 cups of water with 1 cup of lentils, but you can also do it as 1 cup of water, 1 cup of vegetable broth or vegetable stock. You just want to make sure that they're tender, because the lentils can be, they may have to simmer for quite a while till they get tender. I love to use the already steamed ones.
Yeah. Ladies, thank you so much for being here with us. This was amazing.
Thank
I just
you.
want to make sure, like, your families are going to eat all that food. You're gonna freeze half that bolognese.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
think Shari-Beth's food is already gone. Probably the boys are around.
My crew is standing behind me like
Yeah.
waiting for dinner.
They're ready. My kids ate at 5. That's when
Okay.
dinner, after the 2 p.m. snack and the 1 p.m. lunch. Right.
Thank you, everybody, for joining.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. All right, guys. I can't wait to
Everybody.
see you all soon.
Yes,
too.
thank you.
Take care. Bye.
Bye. Take care.
Bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.